Welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. Today we're in the garden for a little bit. We actually planted our seedlings out. I'm going to show you what we did, and our potatoes are coming up beautifully. So I'll give you a tour of what's going on in the garden. Also, we're going to get some beans in the ground today, probably some corn, or rather, you'll be seeing it today, but I think I'm going to wait and put those in the ground tomorrow. So we're going to do a few garden chores, probably get some weeds up, and I thought I'd bring you along. So I went ahead and decided that it was time to go ahead and plant our seedlings outside. Now I did harden them, which means I introduced them to the outdoor elements just a little bit at a time, about an hour each day for a couple of weeks, and they didn't take it very well, which has concerned me a little. So we're going to try this out. I hope that they'll be okay, that they'll prosper, that they'll bring a good harvest, but if not, I know where the local nursery is. And you'll see the bottle of Tums. We actually plant each tomato plant with a tum, and this adds calcium to the soil. This is actually a trick that my uncle showed me years ago, and I've been doing it ever since, and believe it or not, it has done a great job preventing the bottom rot that sometimes you can get on your tomatoes. So that's just a little trick there, very inexpensive fix. You could also add in some broken up leftover eggshells. You know, after you use your egg, just keep your shells, and you can crush those up and add those to your soil as well for some added calcium. Well, friends, the wind is back today, so we're hoping the tripod will stay put while I work. I'm going to take it easy. We are leaving on vacation tomorrow, and the sinus pressure has hit us all. We're struggling with sinuses, and I guess the weather being all, just the pollen, everything with the weather is affecting us. So I'm going to take it easy, and I'm going to do a little bit of weeding, a little bit, and then I'm going to try to sow some corn, maybe some beans. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I've been watering these tomatoes. I'll show you what they look like. I'll give you a tour of what the garden looks like before we leave for vacation. And then we'll check it out when we get back and see how things have progressed and pray they have survived. My brother's gonna come and take care of the chickens and take care of the garden. My mom's gonna help out some with the flowers. So between the two of them, I have high hopes that everything will be okay. But we're gonna get a little work going. I'm gonna put it on a time lapse, and hopefully my tripod will stay put. row we just planted our beans in, and I planted a bush bean variety. I think those are Blue Lake bush beans. So I'm hoping this will be a pretty good spot for them. There won't be anything on this side, so they'll have plenty of room to spread out and grow, and it'll give me room to pick them as well. So hopefully we'll check in on them when we get back, and we will see little bean sprouts. And then we've got our lettuce. Now, I had a full row of lettuce planted, but the rain washed a lot of my seeds. You can see some of them are planted downhill, but that's because the seeds washed a little bit. And I did go in and thin them a little bit. Not nearly the lettuce harvest we had last year, but it's something. I did move the crop. I did have it on the other side. This year I kind of flip-flopped the garden and changed the sides out for all the vegetables. So maybe that has something to do with it, but I still think they're gonna look really good. They're looking good already. So hopefully when we get back, we'll have some salad. And then we've got radishes next door to our lettuce. I got about a half a row of radishes, not that much. I did plant them all the way out. Or I'm sorry, no I didn't. Let me back up. I planted half a row of radishes and half a row of spinach. None of the spinach took, so it could have been bad seed or just left over from last year. I'm not really sure. But what I went ahead and did this morning was I went ahead and sowed more of the Bush Lake. I went ahead and sowed more of the Blue Lake beans right here. So that'll give us another half row of beans. And then we have our cucumbers. Now, I don't have as many cucumbers this year. I did that on purpose because I don't need as many. And these are the ones we grew from seedlings. So you see that they have blooms on them, but they're not looking great either. I keep having to come in here and take off a lot of the dead leaves. I had the same problem with the cucumbers last year. I had several that I had to replant, and then even some that I had to replace. But you can see there's a little cucumber on that one. Anyway, normally we will trellis this. We'll put up a trellis and let them grow. And we'll probably still do that, but I think we'll wait and do that when we get back, just because they don't really need it right now. And that'll give us time to see what these are gonna do. And then I have 2 open rows here that nothing is in. Now I'm gonna think on this while we're gone, and when I get back, I'll figure out what we're gonna put here. I do have some sunflowers that I want to plant. So we just might throw sunflowers in there. I'm really not sure, but we'll find something to go in that space. And then next we have our yellow summer squash planted. These were also seedlings, and they're looking okay. They've got lots of little buds on those. So I'm hoping for the best with our squash. Now, I planted squash really late in the season last year, and I didn't get that much, so I'm hoping to be a step ahead. This one is the only one that's concerning me a bit, and it might be broken. You know what? It is. It's broken. Okay, well, we've eliminated that one. So that gives us 3 squash plants, which if they do well, we'll have a good enough harvest. We don't have a lot of squash eaters in our family, so 3 plants will be plenty for us. And then the final thing on this side is corn. Tim went ahead and sowed all our corn. I think we ended up, how many rows we end up with of corn? 3? 2 rows. And the way we sow them is we do like a zigzag pattern. So I think that's what he did. I didn't really pay attention, but.
No, I didn't.
You didn't do a zigzag?
Well, kind of. It's basically 2 rows side by side, and they're kind of zigzag.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Normally we do the zigzag so that they can pollinate each other. I learned that trick a couple years ago, but we didn't really have good success with the corn. We could only get corn on one side of the cob last year, so we'll see what happens.
I'm hoping to have a double-sided.
Yeah, maybe we'll have double-sided corn this year. That would be nice. I moved the hydrangeas. I don't know if I showed you these or not. These came back on their own. I moved them inside the garden so the deer would not get to them. This one looks a lot better than the other one. And I'm hoping that they'll be just as beautiful as they have been the last few years. They are getting a slow start. All right, last but not least, I wanted to show you our potatoes. I've already healed our potatoes, or like pulled dirt up on them one time. And I'm probably not gonna do it again just because I'm not gonna have time. But this is looking really good. I'm excited to see what our potatoes do. We've got 3 rows and all are looking pretty promising. And then right here, the last thing I'll show you is our onions. Onions are looking good too. These are yellow onions, I think, and all are standing and looking good. So hopefully I left enough room around plants this year so that they can, you know, not get too crowded out, and hopefully we'll get a good harvest. Of course, our video wouldn't be complete without showing you the chickens. So everybody's growing, doing well.
Inside.
We're getting them back in after they have been free range for a long time this morning. We've been out here working. Tim and Alex got the yard mowed.
Come on, girls.
And we are prepared to leave. I think we got all of our chores done, all of our work done. So we're going to stop this video so we can go inside and get the rest of our packing done and be on our way tomorrow. But we are going to miss these girls. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for watching today. I'm so glad to have you here with me. I hope that you'll continue with me on this journey. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the like button too. Share this with your friends. When we get back, we'll take a look at our garden again. I'll bring you along and we'll see how things are coming along. I just lost my train of thought. Thanks, honey. All right, so until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, friends.